Morning, fellow zombies. Are we alive yet? Are we awake yet? Because I sure as hell ain't. It's 3:49 in the morning, West Coast time, Tuesday, the 21st of May, 2024. You're a zombie out here. We were John C. Roseman, California. I got a beef. I got a beef against trying to get these cheap ass water bottles with these stopper lids on here that holds the liquid in. But because they're plastic, if you don't keep washing these damn things often enough, they end up being costing more than what they're worth. Take, for example, I'm going to show something. These things. Gatorade large 32-ounce bottles. I drink these things like crazy. One, with the tape on it, tells me that I got juice. If it's just a standard water bottle, it doesn't hold that much mold contamination. But when it comes down for regular mold, not regular mold, but when it comes down for mold, because I got so much sugar fluid in it, I would have to keep washing the thing out on a constant basis to make sure that the buildup doesn't happen. These damn things are $10 a pop. Add that up if you're using these things like crazy and not maintaining them properly, like I had been. I got filtered water through Brita. I managed to get me an internal system for my refrigerator a long time ago, which means I just get some filters, pop them in, get them set up, and I'll be able to have some filtered water through it. And with the filtered water, add some Gatorade to one other bottle, and I can have my juice bottle. The problem is with these damn things, squeezable as they are, and I love these squeezable bottles, I do, but there's always a drawback. The damn filter system that you still have to keep cleaning out. It's not just squeezing the water through it. I mean, they don't even have instruction manuals on how to tear these damn things apart to get to the filter and to put it back together again where it's actually working. I've already seen a couple of toppers, uh, yellow portions of these things, the orange portions, full of mold that I hadn't been able to take care of. That I looked at a damn thing, I'm like, ah! So I then thrown up or gotten sick with this damn shit, and it scares me. Health hazards I got. So now I gotta toss that shit out, or but the thing is, what I know about mold when I get into the plastic is, bitch. I started language, but it is a bear to get out. You have to keep scrubbing the damn thing. I have to soak it out in vinegar or something, have that kind of vinegary taste. I'm like, screw this noise. Now it becomes more of a cost ineffective product because keep tossing the damn thing out because it keeps getting moldy in there and it's difficult to get in and difficult to get out, especially when you have problems with fingers. So now I gotta spend about $30 on two replacement bottles coming up next couple of days. One of these bottles, these toppers, doesn't have that much of a issue with the mold buildup. That's good because I don't need it. Just another couple of more days. I don't think the mold's going to be building up that much, but it can build up. They just don't have it on their website on Amazon to tell the people what the hell you need to do to keep cleaning these things out. I mean, it's just a constant battle with the mold on this damn stuff. We live in a disposable world. We want the convenience, but we're pissed off about the inconvenience. Meaning, how many times do I have to keep purchasing these kind of bottles and tossing them out? They're perfectly good bottles, except they never have replacer tops to keep the use for these things going. But the problem is, if they had these things more accessible, how to clean these damn things off, then if they had, I'd still keep using them. But there's also another thing concerning about the plasticware, as I'm discovering more and more. More I keep reading into information about these damn plastic bottles. There's also chemical leakage. There's only so much time that you can use the bottles before there's leakage of chemicals that may or may not be damaging to your health. I'm coming across articles. I'm coming across videos about that. I did a little research a long time ago on this one. And yeah, it rattled my cage. It rattled my cage on it. I like the Gatorade bottles. I'm sorry, I like the squeeze bottles. And with the filter thing on it, and they keep the water down because of the plunger situation. But the intricacy of the bottle top mechanism itself makes it difficult to get in there to clean the damn thing. Not to mention, it's a little tiny screen. It's a little tiny pissant screen in there that you have to keep scrubbing out. It's metal. It's the crevices in there that you need a specialized brush or something like that to clean it out if you don't want to constantly use these things. Otherwise, just after you use it for some time, you see the mold. Ah, toss it away, toss it away, toss it away. I am becoming more and more frugal these days because I have to keep reusing some of the stuff I've got right now. I can't tell you how many times I've been using this as a storage container for crackers. I wash them out. I wash them and others out there. When I get more of these, I wash them out. And I use them for dry storage. I don't do wet storage. They're dry storage all the time. And they're handy that way. I got a Folgers Classic Roast, a big honking monster, round one. It'll keep me lasting on the coffee. I've been using this damn thing for a long while now for dry cereal. Wipe it out, dry it out, and fill more dry cereal, and that's what I keep my dry cereal in. The containers that I get from Dole regarding the plastic containers. I at one time ordered a pallet, not a pallet full, but a flat of cans. Either some of them were actually the small ones, and then the other ones were the larger ones. The larger ones would be fitting exactly into the uh, older Dole plastic bottles I had. That would also had the same stuff in there. Pineapple, love pineapple, love pineapple. Anyway, oh, I love the juice, 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 juice. Now wash them out when I'm going to use them. And I would put the canned pineapple into there and put it in the refrigerator, use it for storage. 1 or 2 days later, contents are gone. But the cans, well, there's no recycling on these damn cans. They're only just toss away, right? Well, they become grease cans. Now, if I'm using at least 3 or 4 of these cans, I keep them out, I use them up, and then when they're used up, put them in a plastic bag. I'm not talking about just a garbage bag. I'm just Ziploc it, Ziploc it, Ziploc it. That way, the grease is not going all over the damn place. If it's solidified enough, it's right in a garbage bag, but it's in the Ziploc so it don't leak all over the damn place. It's easier for me to deal with. I don't use bacon grease. If I had, I'd be containing a container full of bacon grease, but I don't. These damn things are bug traps. I'm still dealing with a bug war here, so I can't do those kind of cooking things my families used to do a long time ago. I can't do those. Nor can I keep buying these damn things every so often. It's like every month or two I gotta buy these damn things if I don't, if they start getting crazy. But I'm gonna have to. I've already gotten expensive bottles now. I'm going to be regretting like crazy, but I'm going to give them a field test when I get them. One's going to be, both are steel, by the way. They're not the squeeze. They're not the squeeze bottles. I like the squeeze bottles. About $10 a pop on these damn things. But the other bottles are going to be lasting hopefully a little bit longer than that. Both have got toppers that I can use. One specialized for water, and the other one specialized for food, which would be the Gatorade mixture. So in about a couple of days, I get those. So now I can deal with the Gatorade bottles here for right now. But that's all right. That's all right. When you're living on a fixed income, you have to manage. You have to manage every damn dime you get in here. And I'm talking about every damn dime to get in here. Even if it's coming from the mills, from the places saying, "Oh, I got a nickel for you to have at this point over here, but I want you to sign this thing back over for me." I'm like, screw it, take the damn nickel. You're going to be spending the money for this damn shit? Take the nickel. Put it into the collection. It adds up. And call me a cheap bastard on this one. I am a cheap bastard on this one. Just living on fixed income. You take anything you get coming in. I still have the usage of EBT cards, so that comes in handy. Comes in handy with the dry bulk. That'll last me maybe about a couple of months if I'm lucky enough, and if I haven't lost my stomach yet. Well, there's only so much ramen that you can actually stand because it's so salty sometimes, and worst off is the spam. I got spam. I got in the flat. You get about 24 those tins in there. They'll last you a long time, depending upon your appetite. If you love spam that much, be my guest. I have to be careful of what I spend. I have to be careful what I use. Otherwise, they may call me a fiscal conservative. I'm not a fiscal conservative. I'm just being a cheap bastard over here when it comes down for my money. What I can afford, what I can't afford. Instead of buying all these uh, expensive name brands, I'm going to the store brands all the time when I'm doing my shopping. And if I'm really going to have to manage my funding at this point, the other expense that's really biting me at this point, and I have to get into this particular mode of shopping, and it's going to piss me off, but I have to. A long while ago, my mother was teaching me and my brother on how to shop frugally. Because of the COVID situation that happened, I got used to the DoorDash delivery system. I'm not knocking against their system. I like these guys. Believe it or not, there are some delivery drivers out there who have actually became good friends. We talk, we share, we swap. We swap stories, we share about what's happening with each other. We're trying to see if everyone else is doing okay, and these guys know the delivery and they know their people. Sometimes I have to keep the expenses down, but there's still a delivery charge in there that goes to the drivers. That's all right. That's what I expect, and that's what I deal with. And there's nothing wrong with that. Of course, when I'm dealing with my damn computer system giving me shit again. No, because if I know the drivers that are doing the delivery at that time, uh, I know who's delivering which particular area over here. Some of these guys know my order, especially when they see my name. Say, "Oh, I know what he's going to get first off." Yeah. I got into a point where I'm getting chicken a great deal. My dog eats it, and I'm trying to get my computer system to work here. It's being a pain in the ass, all these subsystems. No, but my dog will eat chicken. I try to keep her away from the flavor as much as possible. I mean, the tradition's okay. Uh, the, the safer alternative would have been the flavorless chicken, the regular chicken that you get in the back. They're more expensive than the stuff cooked. So I have to be careful with the cooked stuff. All the spicing's in the skin. Well, take out the skin, you still get the flavor in, and that's all right. The traditional she'll eat if she's hungry for it. I'll I'll uh, I'll mix it up with my dog regarding her food. Still got to get her some more vegetables in her diet, more fruit if I can. She's a very picky and fussy dog. Yesterday I did some pork on her. I'd gotten 3 days ago, 3 or 4 days ago, package of pork chops, variety. I'm getting a standard next time. Can't stand that variety. And I fried them up. I had to be careful of cooking them enough to where there's almost no pink. If there's pink, it's going to be dangerous for the dog. And I switch it up very carefully for her. She's just an old dog. She'll eat some of the dry food, but not much. Change the water on her constantly. With the meat, it was it was a treat. She ate pork. Oh wow! And she wanted more pork. I don't have any more pork. Pork's expensive. I have to keep sticking with the chicken. And when I fed her the beef, she's like, "Yeah, ma, I'm a cheapskate right now because I have to manage the money what we've got right now." And I have to stay away from the fast food sometimes because they do cost. For a one-time meal, if I wanted to get maybe uh, a couple of burritos, they'll be about $15, maybe more. I'm getting this through taco smell. I know one particular taco place at one time for a big ass thick burrito that would last me about 2 meals out of the damn thing. That would cost me about $10 or $12. And then with a taco is about $3. Just a simple corn tortilla with asada and cilantro and onions. For one taco, about $3. Expensive prices out there. If I want the cheap stuff, it's almost the same price. A little less for just the ground beef and the crispy, oil-laden taco shells that they got over Taco Bell. And then you got the shredded bag lettuce, and then you got the shredded cheese bag again. But I think about the cost every time I keep saying to food. Can I do this at home? How much is it going to cost me, and how long is it going to last? I buy shells. It's going to be about $6 or $7, depending if it's going to be the cheap store brand that they get, the generic crap. And then the meat is expensive as hell. About 12, 15 for a roll. If we were talking about 70% fat and not 80 to 90%, gotta worry about that stuff. Then the bag lettuce you get. How long is that going to last? Are you going to be on a consistent diet for this stuff? Or is it just going to be a one time shot on this thing? These are the things I have to keep asking myself, especially when I'm doing the shopping. How long is the supply that I'm getting from the store going to last? Usually about 3 or 4 days if I'm lucky. I'll stretch the milk that to that point if I have to. I had gotten butter for cooking, a huge box of, well, 4 elongated cubes. I still got that box to go through. That's okay. I still got about a half a bottle of oil. I'll stretch that out if I have to. Actually, more than that, the oil bottle. I still got a container, almost 3/4 full of pancake mix. There's breakfast right there. Uh, Ordering up some cream of wheat. Cream of wheat with bananas, I would add to it. Gives me something to eat, a little bit of flavoring in it, a little sweetness in there. Unless, of course, I'm going to be a sugar addict at this point over here. And then I tried to compare the cost of getting a bag sugar, about a 3 pounder out of the store, next to getting almost a 3 pound worth of sugar in smaller, in rounder containers that you would use in the office. It's a lot of sugar for coffee, I'll tell you that much. But if I stretch out the coffee, I don't have to use that sugar all that much. Things I have to keep adding up in my head: what are going to last, what are not going to last, and what I'm going to be using the food stamps, and hope to pray I don't run out of that. But these things I do. These things I have to keep track in my head on this one. I can tell you one thing: if you happen to get a container full of bouillon cube, one of those cubes can add about a cup worth of chicken broth. I can use about 1 or 2 of those cubes with a box of Spanish rice mix. I'll take out the mix of the Spanish rice, save that, hold on to that, and just make more of a chicken flavored rice aroni. Then I can add stuff to that. Because I know with the Spanish rice, I would have to add other stuff or just keep it as is. And it's sometimes I'll have the craving for it, and other times I don't have the craving for it. And if I have the craving for it, I have to get extra stuff with it, which means I would have to get diced tomatoes with it. I would have to get a small can of peas and carrots to go along with it. I would have to get another can of refried beans with it. All generic. So that adds up to the Mexican meal at this point over here. Maybe for one box. For 2 boxes, that'll last me about 4 meals maybe out of it. Add pieces of chicken or beef in the damn thing, and I'll make something out of the damn thing. Or if I'd gotten frozen burritos, I may try to make a Mexican meal out of the damn thing instead of going over to a nearby Mexican restaurant and paying about $30 for maybe a couple of a la carte items and a combination food. It all adds up. It all adds up. I have to manage with what I've got. Think about it. Try to be creative about it. I'm discovering more and more getting older. It's harder and harder to be creative when you're cooking stuff. I mean, when you're doing it on a constant basis and you understand about how much this, and that is how much, and you've already got it set in your head, fine. Kind of rattles a person's cage when you see the prices fluctuate left or right, and you have to scramble like crazy. But uh, you manage with what you did. My mother did the same damn thing back in the 70s and 80s when we went on to food stamps. In between a job or getting off of the state and going to work, you had to fluctuate. You had to fluctuate with your food. Didn't go out as much. Hell, we didn't go out as much when we had the food stamps either because no place would take the food stamps. They only take the cash. These days, since we got the cards, about 30 years or plus, I think, they add cash option to it. But you have to be paying attention to the cash option on the cards. This is not being conservative, fiscally minded, political crap. This is called survival. You have to be aware of every damn dime you got, every damn penny comes in, because they all count. And these days, with the prices going up, and I'm not trying to do any blaming, finger pointing on this one. I'm just dealing with the reality as it is. You can play all the damn head games and everywhere else. Right now, I look at every day how much I got left. Most days, I'm doing a balance check on myself. I have to do a balance check, see how much I got left. Compare it to the bills I haven't paid yet. This is the fun part about living on month to month. You have to know how much, get a general idea of what they're going to be charging you left and right. And once you get a feel for what your balancing your financials are going to be, you got to pay for the roof over the head first off. My mother taught me that one a long time ago. Always pay the rent first. Keep a roof over the head. Everything else will come. Okay, so we got that. Then what? Power. Well, I pay for power. In the summertime, it's going to be rising up like crazy. But the past few months, it's been moderate, where I'm actually able to balance a budget and maybe carry a few extra bucks into the next month. The fun part is not buying a lot of crap like things like this on a constant basis. Needed as it is on some occasions. I probably don't need it as much because I can just get up, walk up, get me a glass of water from the filtration, which I do need actually, because it also works with my CPAP machine. I need the filtered water to work with my CPAP so I don't get the buildup as much. Otherwise, not very good. Not very clean things left and right. I had to buy vinegar to clean the thing up because it's the safest thing I can do. Wipe it, clean it out, and then keep washing it out and hope to God I don't get the metallic crap all over the damn thing. Hard water out here in Roseman, California. Hard water. Things I have to keep working with all the time. With that being said, I also have to keep the damn bugs off my bottle, so I keep the toppers on so I can get my water. And it's so damn convenient, so damn easy that I would grab the water bottle and know that there's water in there. I can squeeze it, see the water line moving a bit, that there'd be liquid in it. And there's liquid for me too. No problem with that. No problem when it comes down for water. Food products are different things because these things are not made for the food, but even water things will have a buildup one way or another, and I have to watch out for that shit. And that's gonna tick me off. This is my everyday shit anyway I have to deal with. And then broken down thermoses that I've actually had for a few years already. I keep washing out all the time. The outer skin is peeling off, but I'm still able to use it for food, liquid, like milk. Another container would have coffee in it, complete with the sugar and everything else. I'm going to throw in the damn thing. Yep. That's basically how things are going. Other than that, people are talking and chattering up a storm concerning about politics, finger pointing and finger blaming, and everything else going hell in that basket. I'll do another video about how that is going out. Next off, in a couple of days, I should be getting more and more bottles to replace the squeezables. Steel. Steel don't squeeze. Plastic does, but they leak chemicals. I'm screwed either way.